Hello everybody and welcome to another Vintage Fans and More product spotlight brought to you again by Carro USA. Today I'm excited to fit Carro into my actual schedule of product features and dive deeper into the aspects that make this line of smart fans special and different. My first very casual introduction to Carro a few months back seemed to really stir up some interest in the brand, so I was excited to hear back from them almost immediately that they were looking to collaborate again. This type of brand and product line is not in my usual lane, however I was overall impressed with the first fan I worked with, and for the price point there aren't a lot of directly comparable options out there. With Carro you get great performance and features at a cost that doesn't break the bank. Today I'm going another step further outside of the typical product I present by showing you one of their newest flush mount models, the Trento. Normally I simply prefer downrod mount fans in almost every aspect and naturally gravitate towards selecting them to show on my channel. However, this fan presented a couple of additional factors to look at within the Carro line. First, a slightly smaller blade span, and second, the feature of wooden blades. I was curious to see how the quality and overall performance would stack up with these factors considered, so let's get into the details. Trento is available in a black finish with reversible weathered wood finish blades, and two sizes, 52-inch and 48-inch. Coming soon is an all-white model and a silver and black combination, each available in the two sizes. As mentioned, today I've selected to show the slightly smaller 48-inch model. This may not seem like a large difference of size, but the variance is enough to provide decent versatility of application. Inside, the fan is powered by Carro's energy-efficient DC motor. At high speed, the 48-inch Trento moves 3,574 cubic feet of air per minute. If you're following the new Energy Guide standard of average airflow, the listing is 2,224 cubic feet of air per minute. Factoring in the blade span and the fact that it's a flush mount or hugger design, it's comparably good performance. I'll cover more on this topic and what Carro brings to it later on in the video, so stay tuned. Integrated with the design is an LED light kit which delivers 1,915 lumens and a variable color temperature from 2700 to 4000 Kelvin. This is pretty solid light output in the scope of LED-based fans that I've worked with, and the level of color customization is essentially unmatched. The fans are great, but the lighting is truly one of my favorite features about Carro products. Included is a handheld remote control which operates the 10 fan speeds, reverse function, and nature mode to simulate a natural breeze. You can also select from 3 preset lighting color temperatures and full range dimming settings. The on-off function retains previously selected settings as long as power to the fan is maintained. An included cradle allows you to mount or store the control in any location. This remote isn't super flashy, but is one of the most versatile available in terms of implemented function. Carro is a smart fan company with the option to utilize technology, but with a remote like this, the smart tech is not a necessary component for a majority of the operation. I appreciate the ability to operate and utilize a selection of the advanced features without having to implement the smart tech component. The smart home movement is not for everybody, so smart products with a proper balance like this are crucial to have in the marketplace. I've set the fan to show low speed and put the light to a dimmed setting. You'll see that it's a pretty nice speed for a fan of this size. Typically with AC motor fans, as you decrease the blade span, the RPMs increase. These days, DC motor fans are gaining much better control. While I would certainly love to see a slower low speed, I won't say that I'm unimpressed with this range because earlier DC motor fans also have a history of running too fast on the low speed setting. Overall, Carro has established a good speed range across size categories. I'd like to cover some of the details that put Carro into their own product category, somewhere between what you'd expect to see at the home center and the showroom level of product that I usually present. First and foremost, in regards to the blades, they're plywood in construction, which is a major upgrade over the medium density fiberboard typically seen with lower end fans. This kind of detail is where stepping up to a Carro fan pays off. The reversible finishes are very similar in tone, but do offer a light and dark option. I actually really like the way they've done this, as opposed to doing two drastically different wood or color options. These days there are so many popular wood tones that it's impossible to cater to them all in a unipack fan like the Trento. Carro selected a nice cool tone, yet still warm, neutral base color for these blades. With the light to dark option, it's a very flexible look that can blend with a variety of styles and spaces. Another of the most impressive aspects I've seen with Carro fans so far is their DC motor. It's very good, super quiet without any high-pitched frequency sound emissions, stable startup and performance, and capable of a good speed range. Everything is exclusive to Carro-made products, meaning you won't find this motor or control system anywhere else. Companies that make greater investments in developing exclusive controls typically fall higher on the spectrum of products that I like, because they usually offer the greater speed range and overall features that I prefer. While Carro doesn't always pack the pure level of design and overall build that I typically present in a new product, each product individually checks some of the key points, like performance and quality of specific individual components. Pair that with a consistently great motor and control system, and you've got an overall good buy at the price point. Trento is really the perfect kind of fan that I'd select for spare bedrooms or slightly more utilitarian spaces like the laundry room, where you'd like to save a little cash on the product but not sacrifice efficiency, style, or even smart features. Moving to high speed, I'm again impressed with what this smaller flush mount fan accomplishes. The blades are extra wide, which really aids in pushing the air. Flush designs certainly serve their purpose for low ceiling applications, but they're not always the best air movers due to the airflow constriction the design can create. A lot of newer designs, including the Trento, compensate better for this by dropping the blades a reasonable distance from the ceiling to allow better flow. Hugger designs also have a reputation for being noisy because the motor mounts essentially directly to the ceiling, which can reverberate sound through the building structure. With Carro's DC motor, that's essentially a non-issue because it operates silently and without any sort of vibration. Reducing back down to a mid-range speed, I'd like to remind you of Carro's integrated smart features. They've been working on redesigning the app interface to better serve customers, but even as is, it's one of the easiest to utilize. Control any fan function from the app, adjust lighting to custom color levels, or set schedules to allow the fan to run itself independently. To be fair, I haven't had a chance to go super in-depth with Carro's smart features yet, but the ease of setup and initial impressions always speak volumes. Like everything I've experienced with Carro, they've made it fairly simple and easy to follow. Speaking of simplicity, I love what Carro is doing with their product packaging. The first fan I received from them had zero styrofoam packaging inside, an eco-friendly move that I appreciate when it doesn't compromise the travel safety of the product inside. The Trento was packaged with some styrofoam, however it was totally minimal compared to most ceiling fan and lighting products packed in fully formed styrofoam. Initially, I thought the way this fan was packaged looked a little haphazard, but there's no denting or damage that I can find anywhere on it, so there's really no negative criticism to provide there. It seemed to do its job and delivered the fan safely. I like the concept of environmentally conscious packaging delivering these energy-saving products to their destinations, and it's something that I want to recognize more when it's done. Carro seems to take this approach seriously, and it's one of the major aspects that makes me feel good about backing the product. Once again, Carro delivers a smart product to meet greater budgetary restrictions while still meeting a quality standard that doesn't feel like a compromise. I so appreciate their enthusiasm for the content I create and the opportunity to show you all something a little bit different through collaborating with them. Assuredly, we'll be keeping up with what Carro is doing in years to come. Be sure to check them out all across social media. They're always posting up the latest product releases so you can be among the first to see them. All of those links are in the description, and you'll find mine there as well. Follow along on Instagram and TikTok for more content on the new products I present, and be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell before you leave to get updates on all of my new videos. Thank you all for watching today, and I will see you next time. Click left to watch my first feature with Carro, or click right for my newly created Carro USA playlist.